To reckon with the agents of the unknown, biologists regularly identify new species following established scientific methodology. Conversely, cryptozoologists focus on entities mentioned in folklore record and rumor. Famous cryptids you might be familiar with include Bigfoot, Chupacabra, and the Loch Ness Monster, but the one we'll be focusing on today are much less harmless by comparison. Today, on Scream to Screen, we're dissecting the chilling history and urban legend of Fresno Nightcrawlers and attempt to shine a light on the authenticity of these pants-like creatures. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Graveyard Shift for more creepy content, and let us know in the comments what sinister stories you want to hear next. Cryptids are animals whose existence have yet to be substantiated or proven fact, and are presumed by followers of the cryptozoology pseudoscientific subculture to exist on the basis of anecdotal or other evidence considered insufficient by mainstream science. Given the mysterious nature of these beings, cryptids are often accompanied by some sort of urban legend or folklore explaining their origins. The Fresno Nightcrawler, also known as the Fresno Alien, is a cryptid that has surfaced in various surveillance footage through Fresno, California, and Yosemite National Park. Fresno Nightcrawlers appear to be relatively short, no more than 1.5 meters tall, with most of their height made up by their legs, as they possess extremely small upper bodies. They are extremely thin, white humanoid creatures with 2 beady black eyes, and no discernible arms and webbing connected from each knee to the torso. Their odd shape and stature have earned them the playful nickname Haunted Pants. Unlike most cryptids, which are primarily spotted traveling alone, Fresno Nightcrawlers seem to be specifically traveling in pairs. Of the few sightings that have occurred, these mysterious creatures have always been accompanied by a smaller, slower crawler, which suggests a parent-child dynamic. One is simply dominant over the other. With so little known about these night-walking weeble-wobbles, anything can be possible. In 2004, a 17-year-old motorist allegedly saw a strange entity walking along the side of the road while driving one night in Manchester, Indiana. According to the motorist, the creature was thin with long legs and looked humanoid without being truly human. His description matched what would later be known as Fresno Nightcrawlers, with one main difference. The creature was over 6 feet tall. No photos or video evidence was captured during the encounter. But a second car also passed the figure, and its 2 elderly passengers corroborated with the motorist's story. All 3 parties agreed that what they had witnessed was not human, and quite possibly otherworldly. The first real recorded sighting, and thus the first piece of evidence of Fresno Nightcrawlers, occurred in Fresno, California in 2007, by a homeowner known simply as Jose. Wanting to know why his dogs bark so much at night, Jose set up a security camera above his garage, expecting to uncover an intruder or a wild animal in the footage. What he found instead shocked him enough to call the police. The footage showed a pair of strange small creatures staggering across his property. Neither Jose's family nor the police could figure out what these creatures were. Soon after, Jose brought his findings to television network Univision looking for answers. The network then contacted known paranormal investigator Victor Camacho to analyze the original surveillance footage, who presented it to the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON, a US-based nonprofit organization composed of civilian volunteers who study reported UFO sightings. MUFON is one of the oldest and largest organizations of its kind, boasting over 4,000 members worldwide with chapters and representatives in all 50 states and more than 43 countries. Despite the room full of experts, no one could agree on Jose's experience and determined the authenticity of his footage to be inconclusive. Regardless, this investigation garnered national attention once the media got a hold of Jose's findings, and the Fresno Nightcrawlers became a phenomenon overnight. The second sighting took place in March 2011, 60 miles from Fresno, when Yosemite National Park officials set up cameras in an attempt to catch trespassers that had been damaging property. Again, security footage captured images of pale, small, and armless creatures wobbling down a park path. And again, once the media got their hands on the footage, interest in these mysterious beings peaked, with much speculation as to where they came from and what, if anything, did they want. Fact or faked? Given the ridiculous-looking nature of these beasts, skeptics would be warranted in questioning the authenticity of the Fresno and Yosemite surveillance footage. After all, Nightcrawlers do seem to act more puppet-like than actually alive, making it seemingly easy to hoax videos to be faked. The weirdness surrounding this urban legend was enough to grab the attention of sci-fi television series Fact or Faked, where paranormal experts set out to debunk their existence. In the show's second episode of the first season, analysts attempt to recreate the videos using various known hoax techniques, but were met with failure. In the end, they determined the footage was too difficult, if not impossible, to fake, and the existing video evidence was in fact authentic. In December 2014, a 60-year-old ex-Marine and his wife were driving home in Carmel, Ohio, when they came up over a hill and saw a 7-foot-tall, slender, gray creature. This new creature, that quickly became known as the Carmel area creature, perhaps be the same as the one spotted by a startled motorist in Indiana just 10 years prior, but many believe it to be a distant cousin of the Fresno Nightcrawler. Despite its difference in height, color, and muscular size, the Carmel area creature resembles the Fresno Nightcrawler in shape and its odd movement utilizing backward-bending knees. Because of their similarities, many have concluded that these two cryptids are connected in some way. The most recent record sighting of these nocturnal cryptids occurred just last year on April 25, 2020, in Billings, Alabama. In the video, a Nightcrawler briefly shows up on CCTV footage before they scare. A shocking twist to this story is the deer carcass that was reportedly uncovered not far from the footage was captured, according to the original video's description. Several ideas have been tossed around in an attempt to identify Fresno Nightcrawlers, from a new species of primate with short arms to a person wearing big pants and walking on stilts, but none have cemented in viable explanation. One of the most prevailing theories is that this unidentified species is alien. Although they mimic people, many analysts believe that they are too small and move too awkwardly to be human. Based on their appearance, they don't resemble any known terrestrial entities either. Theorists hypothesize that they are otherworldly beings here to study human life, as they don't seem to steal anything or cause harm to people or animals. Whatever they're here for, many believe they come in peace and may even be playful if anybody could encounter them in person. Another popular theory suggests that Fresno Nightcrawlers are straight out of Native American lore. According to the tribe members living near Fresno, Nightcrawlers have lived on Earth long before human beings came along. These myths indicate that their long leg-to-body ratio allows them to move through boggy landscapes, making them swamp-like beings. Legend has it that these cryptids are part of our world as sort of a peacekeeper in order to rebuild a connection between human beings and our natural surroundings. Another odd piece to this puzzle might relate back to the Native American lore. After some sightings occurred, a series of photos depicting wooden statues resembling Nightcrawlers surfaced online. The statues are carved from trees and may be of Native American origin, but no one has been able to identify where these photographs came from or prove they even occurred on Native American land. They are rumored to have taken place in California, Florida, and New Jersey, and perhaps even internationally, but nobody has been able to track down an exact location of these creatures or who made them, adding to the mystery of the Fresno Nightcrawler. While many people like to believe the folklore surrounding Nightcrawlers, the most common sense belief is that they are simply a hoax. Additional video evidence of Fresno Nightcrawler sightings have surfaced all over the world since 2007, including in Poland in 2017. But the majority of these videos have either been debunked or are widely accepted as fake in some way. One common theory is that the videos have been altered using CGI, with one YouTuber even demonstrating how this could be done. But the Nightcrawler's movements look so organic that it would be a decent amount of skill to reproduce convincingly, albeit not impossible. Still, skeptics of this theory believe the existing videos to be too realistic to be computer-generated animation. Another popular hoax theory that would be easier to pull off by the common person is that of puppetry. The topic has been much debated, but there have been some compelling evidence backing this argument. Even though the fact or fake hosts were unable to reproduce the video successfully, all they proved is that they shouldn't pursue careers in puppetry. YouTuber Para Breakdown, on the other hand, was able to recreate the Nightcrawlers look fairly effectively in his own backyard using wires and puppet mastery. Similar to the hoax theory, the theory of mistaken identity assumes Nightcrawlers don't exist, but are instead animals being misidentified due to low video quality and sightings occurring in the middle of the night. Advocates of this theory generally claim that the images captured on CCTV are not haunted pants from outer space, but simply primates with short arms or gazelles standing upright. The final conclusion theorists have drawn to help explain the existence of Nightcrawlers is that they belong to a new unidentified species, something yet to be discovered, but still comes from Earth. This theory would help us make sense of the Fresno Nightcrawler's odd stature and awkward gait, but a new species evolving and living on land is likely not something that would be unnoticed. Outside of their original video evidence and appearing on Fact or Faked, Fresno Nightcrawlers haven't seen much screen time, and there certainly hasn't been a film adaptation based off these adorable little trouser-like entities quite yet. Although, a Nightcrawler movie in the right hands would show delightful potential, even if it doesn't star Jake Gyllenhaal. An Edgar Wright horror comedy, for instance, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in Fresno amidst a Nightcrawler invasion, would be enough to amass widespread attention. While Nightcrawlers are very young when it comes to cryptids and sightings are limited, these creatures have found a home in the hearts of Fresno natives and online mystery seekers. Unlike many cryptids, there have been no reported behaviors that gives any indication that Nightcrawlers have ill intent toward humans and appear to be shy and even a bit playful. So, what do you think? Are Fresno Nightcrawlers a hoax or another one of life's greatest mysteries? Who would you like to see star in a movie alongside a pair of floating pants? What other cryptids, if any, have more plausible backstories proving their existence? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Graveyard Shift for all your horror content, and let us know in the comments what other cryptids and urban legends you want to learn more about. As always, check back next time to see what makes you scream to screen.